The 8th generation descendant of the Perrault family, François Perrault, has the pleasure of managing the Atelier Perrault Frères. Wood is an essential raw material at the Atelier Perrault Frères, and satisfactory results depend on a careful selection. This is why for many years now we have been directly selecting our rough timber and trees, which we then machine and work in our own workshop for the initial transformation. From falling right up to the end of this initial transformation, our expertise in wood is comprehensive. The species that is most often used in Perrault workshop is oak, but it is not the only one. Our timber yard has other indigenous and even foreign species that are part of a permanent stock of 2,500 to 3,000 cubic meters of wood. Why is there so much wood in the Atelier Perrault Frères timber yard? It is simply because we want to use only dry or surface dry wood. Dry or surface dry wood guarantees that the complete works adequately meet customer satisfaction and that they offer high quality and durability in the long run. We also have foreign woods such as southern yellow pine, Afzelia, Wenge, Swietenia mahogany, as well as African mahogany and rare wood such as ebony and dark ebony. These woods are mainly used in cabinet work. We have cuttings in the timber yard that are hard to find on the market. These are the factors that enable us not just to meet demands, but also to meet them promptly. Wood cutting is important in the Perrault workshop because this allows us to take full advantage of the quality and to optimize this quality by the selection of wood, which is in stock. And this can only be done by our employees who worked on the initial transformation. It is important to note that each employee is either a joiner or a carpenter and not an operator.
Voilà, regarde. Et ça marche. Et voilà, on est dans la disposition qu'on retrouve là-bas.
For many generations, the Perrault family has been building a collection of a library. This library is open to all our employees so that they can acquire knowledge, but it is also provides us with a permanent database and an ancient heritage database. Carpentry is an ancestral work which requires people with a passion who combine technique and physical strength. It is a combination of ancient and modern techniques. This know-how is translated into the making of roofs, church, cathedral spires, log gates, pies, portcullises, and even drawbridges. The art of geometric carpentry drawing is essential. Floor tracing, traditional wood marking, and traditional sizing with several different assemblies. Forked mortise, double mortise, tenon joints, and scarf joints. Assemblies which have traveled the centuries will travel through the centuries to come. We also do workshop test mountings before their final on-site destination. These are works completed by passionate people with ancestral know-how, a great sense of fine work and art. They pass it on and will continue to pass it on through the years. The Atelier's tradition is an extreme diverse activity. It includes restorations of ancient heritage works, and creations in a wide variety of fields such as joinery and cabinet making. It has creations in wooden floors, paneling, stairs, bookcases, interior doors and ceilings, etc. We demand that our employees have a high level of knowledge and skills in these fields to create these different pieces. Combined with a sense of small details, this allows us to entirely satisfy the demands of our customers. Our men and women are first and foremost passionate about what they do. Through our vast field of knowledge, we have been able to restore or rebuild wooden floors and carriage doors. I remember, for example, a 6-meter high carriage door with 300mm thick posts, exceptional pieces made of dry wood, and also sculptures that required restoration, and this was on our workshop. We not only have people with the necessary knowledge, but also the materials for these prestigious works. Our ancestors created pieces that lasted 150 to 200 years. Today, we have the know-how and the technology, and we apply them precisely in order to try to reach not only 150 to 200 years, but far beyond. Restoring or rebuilding cannot be done without architects and chief engineers. This consists of a true partnership between them, the company's employees, and entail the common application of a vast spectrum of knowledge for one sole objective: the preservation of architecture in heritage.
J'aurai 15 de l'extérieur.
Le parti pris de restauration a été en menuiserie comme dans d'autres domaines, de la pierre notamment, de restituer des parties anciennes et de les refixer dans un...
We have an example of an 18th century wood panel which has been completely reconstructed to its original state. In 1975, the fire that destroyed the Pont d'Essai church in the Maine-et-Loire was the turning point for the Perrault Workshops. In fact, that was when we decided to start working in ancient heritage and historical monuments. This restoration, under the direction of Mr. Engard, a Bâtiments de France architect, was a major event. We had to work from pictures to rebuild the framework of this edifice. This was the Perrault Workshops' first major job on historical monuments. Many sites now ask us to adapt the standard, comfort, and specific requirements for use to ancient heritage style restoration. I believe that today at the Perrault Workshop we have the know-how and the tools required to meet these demands. These are today's demands, but for tomorrow's reality. Traditional restoration or rebuilding according to original works automatically requires time. Our work sites are located in Brittany, Picardy, Lorraine, and the south of France region. In fact, they are located all over France and all over the world. We provide support for all our customers and contractors in France and abroad. Certain works, such as windows, require not only knowledge of the style, but also that we adapt to current technologies, either in terms of heating, soundproofing, flame arresting, braking and entering delay systems, and bulletproof systems. There are regular advancements as the years go by, and we have to adapt to them. These different types of work requires joints and metal structures, which is why we work such noble materials as iron and steel. Metal work requires meticulous work and technique with a significant application of know-how. A high level of precision and a tremendous amount of delicacy is necessary. This work of art is as important as our other crafts. For many years now, training has been essential within the workshops. The goal of training is to preserve and transmit our expertise to our youngest employees. Therefore, the Perrault workshops are continuously training young employees, about 10% or so of our staff, so that they may acquire this expertise. The goal is not only to preserve our craftsmanship, but also to prepare our company for tomorrow's challenges. That is why we have been appointed a living heritage company, in French, Entreprise du patrimoine vivant. Our research and development department intervenes in all our activities and different resources. We have very high-performing data processing tools, test, and we also monitor technology development closely. The Perrault Workshops are happy and proud to participate in your projects in France as well as the rest of the world, and to meet your demands and expectations. Historical research and expertise are our everyday occupation, which are aimed at rebuilding historical works as faithfully and intricately as possible. Each worksite enriches our employees' technical, architectural knowledge, and each day brings new information. Our employees and their knowledge are at the service of works of art. In the 60s, ironwork and metalwork became a complement to our existing knowledge. In fact, ironwork and metalwork are essential to our everyday works, in interiors or exterior carpentry, as well as framework. Creating a volute requires knowledge of the material, as well as the tool, a sense of art, and the beauty of curves for a majestic, harmonious result.
Réalisé à l'échelle 1 pour que les gars puissent faire des fourneaux. Des fourneaux, c'est quoi? C'est la partie qui vient à l'intérieur de la volute.
Our ancestors' know-how, as well as research and development, are the tools that will prepare us for the future and continue our history. I hope that certain modern creations will become a part of tomorrow's heritage so that they can tell a story, a never-ending story.